everybody. How are we, Mad Fest? Day 2 of the festival. This is like Glastonbury, but, you know, with more brands. How's it going? You all good? Brilliant. Well, welcome to our brand challenge. This is our first one of today, but we had a packed day of them yesterday. And I want to set the scene a little bit on why we're doing these brand challenges. We are Co-Cubed, and we are hosting this whole house of innovation. And what we do is what it sort of says on the tin. Brand innovation. And if you're kind of wondering what that means, there are people out there that you're probably aware of that are saying things like, brands are in trouble, right? Gen Z have no loyalty to brands anymore or to products. They have loyalty to influencers and content creators. They're not interested in brands. Brands are in trouble. And at Co-Cubed, we recognize those challenges, but we actually think brands have so much opportunity and so much resilience, but they've just got to face the future in the right way. So what we do at Co-Cubed is we think about the future of brands. How do they build new business models? How do you reach new audiences? How do you develop new routes to market? How do you inhabit new white spaces? So myself and Mark do this day in, day out, and what we've done is we've sort of distilled out what we do into a brand challenge, which we are doing today. Oh, I think there's a little problem with the clicker. And so what we are doing is inviting Lego, who I'll invite up in a minute to give us a challenge. But first, here's a little video. Does that sound? Brilliant. Okay, so first up, hands up who has ever played with Lego sets as a child. That's kind of got to be everyone. If you don't have your hand up, shame on you. Hands up if you still play with Lego sets and pretend it's for your children or your niece or nephew. Okay, about half the gang. Brilliant. All right, well, on that note, I'm going to invite up to the stage the brilliant Claudia from the Lego Group. Woo-hoo! Hello. This woman is responsible for keeping your child happy. Now, Claudia,
and my own children.
And your own. Claudia, tell us a bit about you and your role at the Lego Group.
Right. So, good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me on stage. I've been coming to MAD actually for a few years now, but this is the first time on this side of the stage, so bear with me as the nerves kick in. But indeed, my name is Claudia, and I'm the Kids Brand Director for the Lego Group UK and Ireland.
Wow, what a cool job.
Yes, pretty cool. So we spend our day building sets. No, we do much more than that.
How brilliant is that? And do you want to tell us a bit about the specific challenge you've posed to our wonderful startups today?
With pleasure, yes. So indeed, it's a challenge and it's a topic that's very close to my heart, not only as a marketer, but as a mum of a little boy and a little girl. And everything we do on the Lego Group is based on our mission, which is to inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. And really our belief is that children are our role models. With that mission and that belief at the heart of everything we do, we always believe that play is equally important and relevant to all children, both girls and boys alike. Because through play, they start to develop their own view of the world, right? Through play, they start to develop that creative muscle that is so fundamental for a good development of a child, and I would say of a marketer.
Absolutely, yeah.
And as the Lego Group, we want to have a role in that play, a positive impact. However, our data and research shows that while majority of parents perceive the Lego brand as a good example of an inclusive toy brand, the Lego play, the Lego brick, can still be perceived as more relevant to boys than girls.
Wow, gosh.
It is true. Also, there is some social dynamics at play here that reinforce that perception. So our data again shows that little girls, I certainly see that with my little girl of 6 years old, develop faster an interest outside of the toy category. They get into fashion, into music, into animals. So with all of that at play, and with our belief on actually being relevant to both boys and girls, that's why I bring this challenge to this stage. Help us understand how we can engage further and for longer today's little girls to continue to really support their development on play, on how they see the world, and on the creativity that they get out of it.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Encouraging little girls to develop their creativity through building Lego sets. So you've got actually 8. This is one of the most popular brand challenges we've ever had. There are 8 startups who are going to be pitching their ideas to you. Claudia, tell us a bit about what are you looking for? What would really set your eyes wide today?
Right. So certainly something that is anchored in our top 3 values. Of fun, creativity, and imagination. That's what really we stand for. So I like to see that. Hopefully, given that we are on the innovation stage, something that we haven't thought of yet, or something truly innovative. Yeah. And ideally, something that goes back to what I was saying, that really supports little girls to develop further that creative, that confidence creativity, that confidence in creativity. That's been at the center of our Play Unstoppable campaign over the past 3 years, which has been aimed at little girls and parents of girls.
Cool. How cool is that?
Help?
Does that make sense to everybody? Awesome. So, Claudia, I'm going to ask you to take a seat and put your judging hat on, and I'm going to invite each of our startups up on the stage. Cool. Thank you very much. Round of applause for Claudia. Brilliant. Now, our first startup is Herdify. Herdify, come on up and tell us how you're going to help little girls develop their creativity.
Great. Thank you. Green forward. Oh, they're there. Cool, sorry. So, how do we get more little girls to become engineers, to become pilots, and to play more Lego? I'm Tom. I'm the founder of Herdify, and also the father of 2 little girls. So this is a topic very close to my heart. As you're already aware, getting girls to engage with Lego is hard. That's because you're fighting an invisible force, which is called social influence. If a girl's friends don't play Lego, they're less likely to play Lego. So what that means is any communications means they're less likely to engage. I've got a good experience of this with my little daughter. She started playing Lego. She played it for 2 weeks and stopped. Guess how many of her friends played Lego? 0. Because it's not just enough to get them started. Without the reinforcements of their social networks, they're going to stop playing. So we need to make sure that we're engaging them and their friends to play with Lego. Which is kind of where Herdify come in. What we look for is to identify where herds, effectively, human beings are herd animals, where herds exist, where little groups of girls are playing with Lego and they're influencing others to play Lego. So as a brand, if you can talk to them, they're much more likely to engage with Lego, they're much more likely to play for it for the long term, and therefore much more likely to kind of have the future that we all want them to have. How that works in reality is we don't look at any social media listening data, we don't listen to any social media data. What we do is we take a brand's first-party data, and from that we can identify patterns of influence. The way we do that is effectively similar to modelling that you would do to model a pandemic. If you can model how you transmit a virus, you can model how you transmit human influence. It's all the same thing. The maths is all the same. So what that means is brands, we take their data, we give them back locations of where these herds exist, if you like, and they're able to place media in these places. Good example is Who Gives a Crap, just in areas where they had offline social influence. Their new customer numbers were 240% higher because tapping into that herd mentality effect. So by working with Herdify, what you do is you get an audience of girls who are not just, more likely to engage with the brand, more likely to play it for a longer term. But also, you'd be able to be part of a future where more girls grow up to become engineers, become pilots, and break the barriers of what girls are not supposed to do. I've been Tom Ridges. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Tom. Do you want to stay up here for a moment? I'm going to ask Claudia to come back up with any questions or feedback. So it's really herdifying the Lego group.
Thank you, Tom. Really interesting to hear little girls defined as the little herd. Definitely see that with my daughters and their friends. Yeah. How indeed would you define that herd more specifically?
Well, the interesting thing is not how we define it, it's how your audience defines it already. So these pockets of social influence already happen for you for the brand. You have girls playing Lego. The friends of those girls are more likely to play Lego. That's just invisible to you. Right? And this isn't just about sales volume. This is about where's the influence happening. You might have areas where lots of parents are buying Lego for girls, but you might have smaller areas that those sales are being influenced by other girls. We identify those locations, and then whether you want to run events, give gifts to schools, run advertising, you're finding people who are almost there, but you can knock over, as opposed to girls of this age or this demographic. That's not going to do it. You're going to have too wide a reach.
Perfect. Thank you. Very clear.
Cool.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Right, next up, we've got Mint, who are using AI to optimize media planning. Let's see how that's going to work for Lego.
Thank you very much. Okay, very excited to be here. So, just going to start with a few words about Mint, who we are and what we do. We're an enterprise software solution. We have a global footprint, and effectively we are enabling brands like Lego to streamline their advertising operations, take control of their data, and achieve greater governance, efficiency, and effectiveness. So, as a technology company, we're not a creative studio or a marketing agency. We had to do quite a bit of unpacking when it came to the challenge, Lego's challenge, and we think we've come up with a few good pieces when it comes to this challenge. First of all, we know that Lego is a global organization operating across multiple markets, with different products and online, offline, as well as different experiences such as Legoland, such as your movies and your games. We also know that in addition to inspiring more girls to play with Lego, you already have some girls playing with Lego, so you have a lot of data already available. So historical data that will allow you to kind of understand how your advertising and market strategies are working. And more importantly, also, it's about understanding how your campaigns are working today and whether they're being really kind of effective and efficient. So the solution that we've come up with at Mint is what we call from size to scale. You're a sizable organization. How do we help you to scale across multiple markets, across multiple products? And it's really kind of through three pillars that you've got here. So collaboration across multiple teams and multiple markets, building a holistic view of all your data, so what we can do, kind of your advertising equity, unified view of all your data points, and last but not least, leveraging AI and automation to deliver better results to achieve your objectives. When it comes to collaboration, we're talking about a single platform that will allow you, all the different teams, internal and external, to really drive better efficiency. There's still a lot of manual work, a lot of complexity in advertising that you, through Mint, are going to be able to achieve, because everyone is working through one single platform. Everyone is working off the same data. You're also going to be able to understand better how your marketing and advertising activity is working, and more importantly, you're going to spend time making decisions because you're going to have all the information available within our platform. So whether you're a CMO, whether you're a head of, or you're a brand director, or you're managing a particular market, you will be able to have the information that will really help you to understand how your advertising budget is working. And then there is a host of different AI-enabled features that will allow you really to kind of deliver against your result. One important one is what we call what-if analysis, is where you're leveraging AI through suggestions and recommendations to really understand what campaigns are delivering the best results according to your objectives. So just to wrap up quickly, so we believe that you can deliver against the objective and the challenge that has been given to us by Lego through collaboration, building kind of a unified view of all your data into one platform, and also, last but not least, through AI and automation, leveraging kind of suggestion recommendations to improve your channel mix against your objective. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Claudia, if you run back up again, if you stay here.
Thank you. Not really a question, just a comment. A really interesting approach, and I guess innovation via technology, right? So media optimization is a hot topic, and certainly something we look into quite a lot.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Right, next up, we have Nova, who are really transforming social advertising. Keen to hear more.
Thank you. Hello, Madfest. Hello, Claudia. It's an honour to be here, and tough acts to follow, but here we go. So I'm going to talk to you about high-impact advertising, high-impact ads, and using creative artificial intelligence to deliver that. But before that, I just want to admit that I am a born brickhead. I'm very much coming from a Lego family, and thanks to a Snapchat filter from a couple of years ago, I was able to make my own profile pic with Lego bricks. So fully drank the Kool-Aid over my lifetime. And equally, it's important that you know that I'm a dad of 4 and a dad of 3 daughters. So when this brief came up, I was like, I can do this one. So back to high-impact advertising and what Nova do. It's pretty simple, thankfully. We essentially allow amazing brands to take their high-performing social content, the influencers that have been mentioned, and basically amplify that content across all of the programmatic media channels that you'll be running. That's it in a nutshell. We sprinkle some AI into the mix to make loads of different variants, and then we're also able to optimize to the best performing ads within that ad tag. Stop me if this is starting to get weird. That's a little bit about the AI components. We can dynamically resize assets on the fly. Within 1 or 2 clicks, you can take social content and generate a tag. And the benefits to brands and their teams are that there's many of them. Efficiency being one, and performance being absolutely the other. So what does that actually look like? Well, I've got to say, Lego already does some amazing content focused on inspiring girls to be builders. So our pitch is pretty simple, Claudia. It's take what you've got that's running and that's engaging and amplify it across other audiences where you're buying media. So this is an example from Pinterest that we rather liked. And taking it one step further, this is an Instagram reel that we thought absolutely ticks your box of reaching young female builders. We can run this as a connected TV, full screen ad, online video, and display as well. Ultimately, together, we can inspire the next generation of builders, and we can inspire more girls to create with Lego.
Thank you. Claudia, any thoughts on that? So this was all like social amplification, right?
Yes, very indeed, very, very important. So really interesting. Thank you for sharing. And only comment is good luck with 3 girls and 4 kids. I feel for you. But thank you. All clear.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Right. Moving on, we have a startup with a really awesome name, I have to say, Street Bees, who are all about having rich conversations at scale. Rich Bees, tell us more about what you'll do for Lego.
Thank you. To the clicker. So I have to go next. Hello, Medfesters. How are you all? Hello, Claudia. We are Street Bees. This is Maddie and I'm Vatsala. Great. So our Lego pitch is a take on its Latin meaning I put together. And in the words of Oleka Christiansen, our pitch is all about understanding how we get our girls to Ligot. Next slide. SPX is disrupting the world of market research by combining the power of conversational AI with decades of research experience. With access to 10 million people across 70 countries, it empowers you to fuel your business questions with bespoke insights delivered in an affordable cost in days, not weeks. It also provides you the richness of qualitative with the robustness of quantitative, all in one, easy-to-use platform. Our first phase is inspired by Chimamanda Adichie's quote, "Because you're a girl is never a reason for anything, ever." So we'll start with an exploration of the evolving role of gender dynamics and uncovering the dimensions of play. Our second phase uncovers the drivers and barriers across the play journey, coming up with initial hypotheses around communication and innovation. And our final stage would include development of these ideas with parents and girls. In preparation for this pitch, we have used our platform to conduct a short preemptive study. We were a fly on the wall in the US, the UK, Turkey, Mexico, and India. We collected initial insights with 100 boys and girls about their playing habits. And as you can see on the right-hand side, we already see girls breaking stereotypes. In our conversational research, we explored the different types of play in the context of gender dynamics with AI-powered probing, which you see on the right-hand side. We saw varied dimensions of play ranging from imaginative to deductive and physical play. And there were interesting emerging areas of centers of gravity for girls already. We will build this initial understanding in the proposed study. Over to you, Maddie.
Thanks, Vatsala. The findings from the initial work that we've done around gender dynamics is, alongside the additional work we will do on the discover phase, will feed directly into our second phase, which is play. Through deep dives with parents and kids, we will uncover the diagnostics of the different drivers and barriers across the play journey cycle, as you can see on the right-hand side here. From triggers to suggestion power and pestering from children, all the way through to purchase, and also looking at kind of the reuse, recycle, and sometimes the dispose of Lego toys. Again, in preparation for this pitch, we wanted to look at the initial findings for the create stage, which is looking at the videos that we collected, as you just saw there, for different girls and boys. Yeah? Okay, next stage. Throughout our LEGO partnership, we will be looking at 3 shared values to build our foundation. Imagination, really looking behind the why behind the what, to give you robust data so that you can choose the right what if for your audience. Learnings, using our curiosity, our collaboration and experimentation with AI and NLP to give you different insights for your audiences. And then finally, quality. We are challenging industry norms around quality, improving drop-off rates, also rejection rates, and encouraging parents and children alike to use their words more through our intelligent probing. Thank you.
Stay on stage. Thank you. Gosh, Claudia, any thoughts on that? I'm impressed you already did a study for this.
Yes, thank you very much. I was not expecting that, I'm going to be honest. I always love when you go on field, into the field, to speak to children. So really, really interesting. Would you be able to run that? You said that you went through across different countries, so can you do deep dive? What's your panel size like in the UK?
So we ran that across a few different markets, so Mexico, India, the US. So yeah, we run it across the world, and we have a global panel, so we can tap into parents and children across the world.
So about 70 countries, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Can I just say one thing? We are housed right here if anyone wants to have a chat.
Do go and have a chat with them. Right, next up, we have Dotter, who are making websites and campaigns and social media content shoppable. Take it away.
Can I use those?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. So the image that came to my mind when I read this brief was a naked Indian. Specifically, this guy. The Wayne's World take on Field of Dreams famous quote, "If you build it, they will come." And to build on the dodgy puns, I quickly realised there was a lot of legs in this image. Let me explain. As a fully fledged Lego mum of 3 children, girls and boys, I am your target audience. Because if I build it, buy it, they will come play with it. It's certainly true for the younger years, and with more than 100 kilos of Lego in my house, I feel pretty qualified saying it won't be long before they're asking for it too. So the challenge to me is a data one. How do we get the right sets in front of the right people at the right time to inspire them to make a purchase? And handily, that's exactly where Dotter can help. The thing is, there is already a vast amount of untapped data around shopper preferences, and we are going to help you to acquire it and then leverage it. Working with Dotter is going to improve your media performance, it's going to strengthen your customer relationships, and it's going to make it easier for me, Lego Mum, to make a purchase. Sounds perfect, right? Let me show you how in about 90 seconds. Now, Lego has a really well-established direct-to-consumer platform, and yet, of the 100-odd kilos of Lego in my house, less than 2% was bought direct from Lego.com. I see the adverts, or my kids do, and then I Google the sets that I want. Purchase drivers for me vary. They might be speed, which is code for, uh-oh, birthday party, can I click and collect? Might be convenience. What's that, Amazon? You'll deliver at 1 o'clock free of charge? Lovely. And let's be honest, sometimes it just comes down to price. So my proposal to you is that alongside your D2C, and crucially, without cannibalising it, you make more of your paid, owned and earned media shoppable across more of your retail partners. And in doing so, instantly and massively increase your shopper insights. We're going to do all of the Lego work for you. This is a fully functioning demo that we've built out. Let's say Lego Mum swipes up on Instagram, the latest Harry Potter campaign. She can immediately see all of the places that she can buy that set and complementary sets, online and offline, with all of the information she needs to make a purchase. A couple of quick filters tells you exactly who I'm shopping for, with all of that delicious data, including my gender and age range, my product and retailer preferences, handily passed in real time to Meta's Ad Manager platform, where you can optimize impressions, audience build, retarget, and so on. And of course, strategically, it also goes into Lego's own analytics tech stack. For the shopper, I've anchored Lego.com nice and big to the top of the experience to prioritize traffic there. I've added a SKU-specific store locator, and I've integrated ratings and reviews grabbed direct from retailer.com. There's a widget for capturing first-party data, and I can optimize this UX in real time against actual shopper interaction data for this campaign. I can even personalize it based on the individual consumer use case. With Dotter, there is a whole world of ways to make sure that Lego Mum buys that set, that her daughter plays with it, and that the lifelong passion for what is, frankly, the best toy in the world begins. And I am delighted that this whole thing came from a mental image of a naked Indian.
Thank you. Wow. I hope everyone's all right with that. No one's getting triggered. Stay on stage for a moment. Claudia, what do you make of that, if you can get past the naked man?
Which I will. I'm not going to ask you about that. Yes, sorry, I was just getting my head around it.
Still
yes,
just with the naked man.
Yeah. I don't think I have a question. Just no, very clear. Sorry, just it's difficult to come up with questions on the spot. But I'll say no. I'm very clear. Thank you for sharing, and thank you also for the icon there.
Thank you. And I think you win the prize for the best jokes at any brand challenge, Sue. Well done for that.
How many puns can you fit into one pitch?
I think that is a very noble aim. Well done. Thank you, guys. Right, we are very nearly there, guys. Stick with us. We are now moving into the realm of AR and VR. Exciting. So I'd like to ask to the stage, Takeaway Reality. Are you there? Oh, you're over here. To tell us about what you can do for the Lego Group.
Thank you. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Anna. I am from Takeaway Reality. We are a bespoke metaverse agency, and we actually have a lot of experience creating Roblox experiences. So this is kind of the technology that we are going to focus on today. So as you can see here are some of the statistics regarding the Roblox technology. It is played by 216 million active players on month. and 44% of them are young girls. So this is the perfect fit to target the specifically young girls and make them kind of like introduce them to Lego and all of the values that we want to instill in our children. So regarding the gameplay, we want to, so kind of the idea is to instill the values that Lego has into the children, while also including some of the key elements that girls find interesting to play with, such as fashion, such as music, and also the quests that are going to bring Lego more closer to the young girls. So, for example, we will have quests that are requiring girls to kind of solve some puzzles and so on, which is going to use the exact real-life Lego sets, such as STEM, which is going to bring girls closer to kind of STEM and building and so on. And now regarding the values, we thought of how we can bring girls closer to maybe unleashing their creativity, unleashing the values that we want to kind of instill into our youngest. So we are going to do that by introducing the princesses, which are kind of like the game characters that the girls can choose to play with. So they can choose one of the main princesses that possess one of the values that we are trying to instill in the girls. So as you can see here, we have 5 princesses, and all of them are going to, through the gameplay, they're all going to team up and kind of together cause the girls to save the virtual world. We have problem solving through the quests. We also put an emphasis on character and pet and castle customizations, which is going to bring fashion more to the life, which is going to bring music more to the life, and kind of make the girls more interested in everything that they play with. Regarding the quests and mini games, they are going to be present throughout the whole game in order for the girls to save this virtual world that they're on a quest to save. And through that, we are also going to implement social interactions, which is going to make it more fun for the girls to kind of communicate to one another. They are going to kind of emphasize their communication skills, their creativity, and so on. And then they are going to be rewarded when they complete the quest, and so on. And this is how the girls are going to play with Lego more, while also bringing some of the most represented values to their lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Claudia, if you come back on. So that's interesting. That's taking it into the realm of sort of storytelling.
Storytelling,
yeah.
Yes, very, very interesting. Thank you, Anna. I do have a question, just to be clear. Is your idea about the metaverse, so building a metaverse within Roblox, or so that is it? So it can be customized with anything, not just princesses?
Yes, we can definitely customize it. We can include Lego sets. We can include Lego's kind of like special items from Lego into the Roblox.
Yes.
So we can bring Lego. We can create the whole Lego world and then let the girls choose their kind of like characters that they want to play with. We can also kind of like customize it to target the specific audience that you want to. So it will allow them to kind of like go into the world, the whole world of Lego. And then through that, we can instill some values such as like through quests and those puzzles. We are going to bring real life Lego sets in there so they can play in Roblox, which is going to then inspire them to kind of like buy them in real life as well. So, and also the parents, of course, that they want to kind of like instill knowledge and everything into their children. So they are probably going to invest in those sets then. So I think the girls will then play much more through the technology. We can also incorporate the real life into it.
Clear. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna. Right. So for our final startup solution today, we are staying in the world of AR, and we have Rock Paper Reality, an awesome design agency.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam, Head of Partnerships at Rock Paper Reality. We are a full-service immersive agency helping brands unlock the power of XR and AI. So this challenge, another dad of 2, lots of friends. We did a school visit yesterday, and they asked the kids what they wanted to play with, and all the boys said dinosaurs and all the girls said crafts, so they all went off in their separate ways. And I think there's a lot of research to be said. I'm sure Claudia will attest to this, that suggests that actually girls, sort of preschool and school-age girls, gravitate naturally towards crafting, creative, role-play games, dress-up, and also things like storytelling and reading, right? That is their natural gravitation, but then there's this weird conflict with us as parents who have this much more kind of aspirational want and need to start to break down gender stereotypes and give them really strong role models to aspire to. And in fact, you know, there's lots of research to suggest that young girls are more likely to participate if there's a strong role model represented in that activity. 74% of girls see there's a lack of representation in STEM subjects for girls. And actually the research suggests that gender stereotypes begin as young as 6 years old. So the challenge for us becomes, how do we, as marketers, as parents, create something that taps into the needs and wants of these young girls while still delivers against this kind of aspirational ambition of us as parents to make sure that they're reaching for the stars. So the idea of Lego role play was central to our idea. This is an AI companion that combines role play with role models. So the idea being that from a young age, as young as, you know, interested in things like Frozen, they're able to use augmented reality that pairs with their existing sets. We're not talking about building new sets for this, existing sets, so they can actually meet and talk to the characters that they love. Whether it's Elsa and Anna from Frozen, they can talk to them using augmented reality as a Lego character and have a conversation with them using brand-safe AI. They're able to role play with them, personalize their storytelling, but they're also able to learn about their brilliant experiences and knowledge. And then as we start to introduce them into this concept, we can start to introduce more sort of STEM-led or challenging subjects. So perhaps areas that were mainly much more kind of heartland for boy play becomes far more interesting to the girls as well. Now, this can be any set. It doesn't need to be this type of, you know, if you're talking to Dr. Ellie Sattler about how she's a female paleontologist and all about learning about how to become in that field of play. Or talking to Christina Koch, the first female astronaut to walk on the moon. So inspiring young girls through role play, storytelling, interactivity, and creativity, the things that they actually really, really gravitate to anyway. And we do that, we're not asking for, you know, new sets. We can insert QR codes on leaflets into the existing box or on the packaging. It launches the AR experience, and they have a very natural experience where they talk to it using natural language or text, and they can have those real-life conversations. We've already done it with a wine label called Chronic Cellars. We're doing it with a Premier League football team at the start of next season, and an FMCG brand to help them talk about sustainable farming. And it doesn't stop there with the actual sets. We can actually bring that back into the marketing. So they can bring that into point of sale, so they can do a personality test to find out which sets best suit them and have a conversation with the actual subjects and the role models within those sets. You can have Ask Me Anything live posts or live streams on social media with Dr. Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park or any other set that you can think of. And it gives you real-time customer insights. What are these girls asking? What do they care about? How is that data going to inform your future sets? And potentially a new revenue stream in subscriptions for these interactions. So for us, the most powerful thing here is being able to meet them where they are, where they want to gravitate to, and inspire them to build who they want to be. Thank you.
Stay on for a moment. Right, well, that was pretty cool, Claudia, like meeting your Lego characters and interacting with them. Any thoughts on that?
Yes, I really liked how you tapped into the side of role modeling. So not necessarily a question, but yes, that really resonated with me in terms of how girls, how you can be relevant to little girls is definitely through role modeling. So thank you for sharing that also with the wider audience.
Thank you, thank you. Right, so you have seen, well, Claudia has seen now 7, the full set of the startups. And genuinely, there were so many more that we could have put forward for this session. So Claudia is going to now have a very difficult job of deciding who the winner is. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to decide. It's not easy. But we've seen quite an interesting array, right? We've seen sort of ad optimization. We've seen social. We've seen VR and AR. We've seen, a really, really tantalizing range, shoppability, which I love. So I think it just goes to show there's so many interesting areas out there that brands can go into to actually meet their customers and meet their audiences where they are. Now, I think one of Street Bees mentioned that there's just 7 here, but there's actually 30-odd startups and really exciting marketing and advertising solutions in the House of Innovation next door. And we are running speed dates with them. So no naked men, I don't think, but you can come and sit down with them for 5 minutes, get a sense of what they do, get a sense of what their pioneering solutions are. Please, please come. And if you do come, you get the chance to win a trip to Paris for 2 nights at the Hoxton Hotel. No naked man included, but please, please come down. And if any of you want to do a brand challenge next time, please let us know. Claudia and I had so much fun coming up with this, and it's just been so fun trying to find ideas to really ignite young girls playing with Lego. If you really want to do this next year, please come and talk to us, because there's a lot of fun to be had. Claudia, I'm going to look at you to see if you've made a decision.
I'll have to, right?
I
knew this was coming.
This is the tricky bit, the hard bit.
This is generally the tricky bit. Really thank you to everyone. Generally, hand on heart, I was blown away by the creativity, the work that's gone into this. I was having a look across the room to my team, and I could see a lot of excitement. So thank you generally so much for coming up all with these ideas. It's not easy, and actually please come and have a chat with me regardless of what I'm going to say next, because every single idea tapped into something that we are passionate about in the Lego Group, or that we believe into, or that we are actually looking to do. But if, as a true marketer, I think back of the brief, which I always tell my team, think about the brief, what were the objectives? And I talked about innovation, I talked about creativity and fun, and I talked about engaging for longer, further and for longer girls. I have to say, the last one, Sam at RR, really tapped into that, so, in my opinion. Because I've really liked how you tapped into the insight of role modeling and how that can engage further and longer girls. You shared ideas how we could bring that to life that we hadn't thought about yet, or we are thinking but never really realized, such as in store, bringing it to life, and also connecting our Lego sets and what we stand for, our play, with our audience, and broadening the consideration above and beyond sets that might not be considered for them necessarily, but finding that way into it. So I thought that was really good. But again, generally, very, very good.
Amazing.
All of those. Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations, Sam from Rock, Paper, Reality. You are the winner, worthy winner. Little photo. Yeah. Guys, that is the end of our brand challenge for today. We are back here tomorrow with a very, let's call it sporty brand challenge. So please come again, and thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.